Told me more than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance. You make me feel so alive, always there in my mind. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me.
Ta-da! The newest addition to our family. What do you think about the Roomba?
It's a good toy.
It's not a toy. So welcome back. I know that robot vacuums are pretty much old news, but I had never had one before, so I am super excited about it. It was actually a gift from Travis's parents, my mother and father-in-law, for mine and Travis's birthday, which was last month. I had kind of been thinking about getting one, but I was on the fence because they're not cheap and I just didn't know if it was gonna make a difference at all. And by difference, I just mean, was it gonna change the amount of time I spent sweeping every day, because it was like a constant thing. So when I opened the box and saw that I got one as a gift, I could not have been happier. But yeah, I'll share more about it later in the video. As you can see, I started in my bedroom today. I wanted to start in the back of the house and work my way towards the front. This was last week on a Friday, and it was the kids' last day before spring break, and we were gonna be gone from our house for like 3 days. So I wanted to make sure that everything was super clean so that when we came back, we would walk into a clean home, because I hate the feeling of when you go somewhere, especially like overnight, and then you come back home and there's like a disaster waiting for you, especially because you pack so many things and then you come back and unpack them, and then if there's a mess on top of everything you're unpacking, it's just like chaos for me. Anyway, I keep saying you, but when I'm saying you, I'm talking about me. But anyway, yeah, that's the story of why I decided to spend so much time cleaning before we left. So I got done organizing all the clutter in my room, and now I'm gonna do some cleaning. I am dusting this table. As you can see, it has taken some damage. There's like rings on there that just will never come off, and also it's just covered in dust. So I'm wiping that off. In the past, in some of my videos, I have shown other things I've tried to use for dusting, such as, what was that thing called? Oh my gosh, I hated that thing. It's made by Swiffer, and it's basically this puffy ball on a stick thing. And it worked really well, like it picked up all the dust, but the little sponge would always just like fly off the stick. And anyway, long story short, every now and then I try to use some kind of cool new dusting device, but I always come back to just using my little wet rags that you see Maddie and I using right now. They're more like damp, they're not really super wet, and then we always go over everything with a dry one afterwards. So I'm gonna do a little more dusting and some cleaning, and then it'll be time for Roomba.
It's hard to wait. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while. A simple question. Can I get closer? Just for motivation. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while. A simple question. Can I get closer? Just for motivation.
Okay, it's Roomba time. So every time I'm gonna run it, there are a few things that I do just so that it cleans better, and that includes taking cables off the floor and moving small furniture around so that it has as much of an open space as possible. I think picking up cables is mandatory, but moving furniture around is totally just something I like to do. Right now I'm just showing you what the floor looks like. The video isn't really showing how dirty it was, and it wasn't super dirty because I had ran the Roomba in here maybe like 3-4 days tops before recording this. So the tray is empty, as you saw. I'm gonna put it back in there. I'm gonna close the door so it only stays in my room. And while it's running, I'm gonna be cleaning my bathroom. I use my phone to record and I can't record in two places, so I'm only gonna be recording the Roomba. The middle button cleans everywhere. This one spot cleans, and then this one sends the Roomba back to the charging bays. And there it goes. Obviously, I'm speeding this up. This is not as fast as it goes, but imagine if it did, that would be crazy. It'd be like knocking you over and stuff. But I wanted to record this instead of me cleaning the bathroom because this is new to me and I'm excited. And if anybody is wondering how it works, I just wanted to share that. So this is how it moves around. It does move pretty slow. This is not something that you can do if like you're about to have unexpected company over and you want to rush around the house cleaning as fast as you can. This is not something that's going to help you with that. This is more of like a kind of like a pressure cooker. Like you set it before you leave the house and then you come back and it's done. That's kind of like how this thing works too. And that's how I like to use it. I set it usually when I'm about to leave the house and then I come back and it's done doing its thing. But yeah, look at the little trash container. This is everything that I picked up. At the top you can see like a thick layer of lint, kind of like the one that piles up on the dryer. It's so cool to see because my broom could not do that. And I regret not showing you what it looked like underneath my bed before I ran it, but this is what it looks like now. It ran for maybe 30 or 40 minutes while I was cleaning the bathroom, and now I'm gonna be mopping the floors, but I still want to keep talking about the Roomba because I just can't shut up about it. So yeah, it ran for like 40 minutes. And another thing that I want to mention is that it kind of goes in like a zigzag all over the area that it's supposed to clean. So what that means is that there will be some tiny little spots here and there that it will miss. It's not going to completely cover every inch like a regular vacuum would if you were running it through your floor. It's a little different, so it is something to keep in mind. But for me, I've noticed that it is very minimal. The areas that it misses, very minimal. As you can see, I'm able to mop the floor without having to go over any missed spots from the Roomba because yeah, it leaves it that clean. I promise in my next video, I will not be talking as much about the Roomba as I am right now. Promise. Also, I am in no way, shape, or form trying to convince anybody to buy this thing. Obviously, I didn't even buy it myself. I'm just sharing about something that I like, okay? That's it. So I'm just gonna finish mopping up my room with this mop that I also really like. I've mentioned it before. It's the O-Cedar, and I'm probably saying that wrong, but you can find it at Target. So some of my blankets, some of my cobijas were done drying, and then I had to throw the next load into the dryer. It was such a laundry heavy 2 days. Does that make sense? I did so much laundry in these 2 days. I think it was maybe 6 or more loads. It was great. So much fun. I never really show where I keep my washer and dryer because I keep them in the garage and it's ugly in there. Moving on, I did clean this hallway bathroom but also did not record it. Well, actually I did record it, but the video was so long. It was like over 50 minutes that I had to sacrifice some of the footage. So you saw the before and this is the after of the hallway bathroom. Next, I'm gonna go back and finish putting my bed together.
I'm holding my breath as I walk to your front door. Who would have thought it could feel like this? Heart in my hands, I'm shaking like crazy. Answer the door, I got so much to say. When you're all
So on this day, when I started cleaning, I had every intention of spending the entire day just cleaning. Even if I had to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning, I just wanted to get it all done. But after I was done with my room and my bathroom, I kind of just gave up. I decided, heck no, it just wasn't gonna happen. I have the kids with me and you don't see it, but in between all this, I'm feeding them a million snacks and they call me like every 5 seconds, so I give up. It is the next day now, and it's time to clean the other side of the house over there. What I cleaned yesterday is still pretty clean, but over there, not so much. The kids are outside playing. So I think I'm gonna start with the kids' rooms. And before I do that, I'm gonna set up everything in the living room so that I can run the Roomba. I know the dining table appears to be in a very odd place in that the kids moved it. It usually is over here. But anyway, we have the table over there because we don't really use it anymore, and I'm trying to decide if I want it or not. Next month, we have a new sofa coming, and I don't know exactly where we're gonna put it, so yeah, that's over there because I have no idea what to do with it. We've been using the island for every meal, so yeah.
Camera.
Hi.
Camera.
No, don't do that.
Camera.
So this is what I meant by setting up everything in the living room so that I could run the Roomba. It's the same thing I already mentioned, which is picking things up off the floor and moving some of the furniture so that the Roomba can roam around freely. And because it doesn't fit underneath my couch, I like to do this just so that when it passes by the couch, it scoops everything off the floor. I'm thinking about getting risers for the next sofa so that I can actually go underneath. That would be awesome. I'm about to show you here in a second what it looks like underneath, and yeah, it would be such a dream come true if I can just press a button and the Roomba would take care of this hot mess here. Kind of like it did underneath my bed. I didn't show you what it looked like before the Roomba ran underneath my bed. It didn't look as bad as this, but somewhat similar. So now I'm just kind of showing you what this area around the couch looks like so that we can compare after the Roomba is done running through this. I put this thing here to stop the Roomba from going down the hallway and into the other bedrooms. I needed to focus in the living room and kitchen area only. I'm gonna be cleaning the kids' rooms and I don't want to be walking around trying to avoid it, you know? So anyway, there it is, taking off in the living room. I'm gonna be moving on to Maddie's room now. This is what it looks like. Messy as always. I'm gonna start with her laundry. As I was about to take the sheets off her bed or whatever, I noticed that she had been scratching paint off the wall. Yay, Maddie.
Honey, give me a chance. You will see that I'm trying. Want you to know that I see you the same. Try not to think, oh, let's do like we used to. I am changed, wanna show you too. When you're all that I want, can't you see that I'm sorry, love? Let me in, 'cause I know that you're hurting. Please, this is it. Can't you see that I'm
She saw me cleaning her room and she was upset that I had started without her because I had promised her we were gonna do it together. So I told her that she could help me out by decluttering her closet a little bit, and so that's what she's doing. Hey, I noticed that you were scratching the paint over there.
I accidentally did that.
That was an accident?
Yes. I didn't do it last night though.
When did you do that?
Like a couple nights ago.
Why?
I don't know.
You thought the wall was itchy and it needed a scratch?
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Keep decluttering. You're doing a good job. This is her donation pile. So while she's working on that, I'm gonna work on cleaning her desk.
safe and sound? Looks like we've waited here for a long time.
And this is just a damp microfiber cloth.
Looks like we've waited here for a long time. Looks like I've got to prove you wrong, 'cause it's a long shot. I'm in, I got a lot to prove. Looks like we've waited here for
lights out, hearts beating faster in a minute. I'm high on slow dancing with you. 1, 2, 3, keep it going, last forever.
So we're done organizing things. Now I'm just picking some things up off the floor so that I can vacuum. I'm gonna be using my regular old vacuum that I've had for years. This is what the floor looks like. Can't see it very well, but it's really dirty. So time to vacuum it.
No, I don't care about the heartache and pain, just don't let the memories fade. We know we are lost, in love with the lust, but heart drums the mind, so we'll win anyway. Yeah, we own the sun, naive, wild and drunk. Oh, 'cause it's all up, 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 up. When I'm with you, I'm with you. Pink sky ride, going faster, getting wilder. Don't care if I get out of line. You feel that beat getting harder, floating on it. We're rebels, at least for tonight. I don't care that my mind's going insane and my heart will burst into flames.
She had this little thing hanging on there, so I'm just putting it back where it was. I'm gonna leave the room for now. I'm gonna go check on the Roomba, which is over here. It finished the job and went back to its station. I can't tell you exactly how long it took because I didn't time it, but it was at least 40 minutes. I don't know, I will time it next time. But this is what the floor looks like here in this area that I showed you before I started running it. And then this is what the rest of the kitchen looks like. As you can see, it's pretty clean, definitely clean enough for mopping. And now let's see everything that it picked up. I tried opening it here on camera, but that was a bad idea because it was overflowing and I should have done it over the trash can like I normally do. So that's what I'm doing now. Look at all the junk that came out. And to my surprise, it even picked up a bunch of ants and a spider. Hooray. Didn't even know there was ants in the living room, but apparently there are. I still haven't found the trail. Maybe it caught all of them. Pest control and a vacuum all in one. I don't normally do this. I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. I just had to lift that up to show you all the other crap underneath. And yes, I washed my hands afterwards. I wash my hands like 50 times a day at least, so no worries.
1, 2, 3, keep it going.
I am off to move the laundry around, and the tray, the lint tray in my dryer is looking just as horrible as the tray in the Roomba. So I emptied that out, put it back, and then loaded it up again.
No, I don't care about the heartache and pain, just don't let the memories fade. We know we are lost, in love with the
I had so much laundry. In the living room, I had another load from the previous night. You probably saw it on the little mini sofa thing floating around there. So I used my bed as a laundry sorting station. That's where I'm piling it all up. And when all of it is done, I'm gonna go back and sort it. But for now, I'm gonna be cleaning Ryan's room.
pink sky ride, going faster, getting wilder. Don't care.
How about, can I get rid of this coffin that you made like 3 years ago?
No.
Cool. I don't know where to put it.
Exactly.
Okay, I guess it can stay right there.
Exactly.
Always a good time with Ryan. Maddie is pretty good about letting old things go, but not Ryan. He can't, as you saw, that was like a little coffin he made out of paper forever ago, and he refuses to throw it away. So what I usually do is I take things out of his room that I know he hasn't used in forever. I store it in the garage for a few months, and if he hasn't asked for anything, then it's gone. But if he had it his way, he would have everything that he has owned since he came into this earth.
I'm with you.
He still can't fully manage the vacuum all on his own because it weighs pretty much as he does, but we try.
Talk to me, baby. I've been waiting for a lifetime. Just keep on fading in all these photos.
So we are done vacuuming. I finished another load of laundry and then went back to his room to finish it off.
Glass after glass, I keep hoping you'll come around, drowning our fights in what
I am done with that, and now the fun part. I had washed the mop head the previous day after I finished using it, so now I'm just gonna pop it back in.
might be easier just to let it go.
I love this thing. I love that I can just throw it in the washer and it's clean. And I'm just using really hot water and a splash of pine sol. The lavender pine sol. It smells so good.
Sing for me, darling. It's been quiet for a day now. Can't bear the silence inside my own head. I keep on hoping somehow we can make this alright. Just keep on trying. Glass after glass, I keep hoping you'll come around, drowning our fights in whatever can be found. 'Cause I've given in to all my demons lately. You know, might be easier just to let it go. Cut the cable short and the problem solved. Might be easier for you. I do it all night. You're my only lifeline.
So I finished mopping the kids' rooms and I noticed that the battery on my phone was dying and I still had so much to clean. So what I did was I charged it while I sorted this mountain of laundry. So yeah, I did that off camera and then I might have taken a little break, who knows. And then this was back after I was done with the laundry. Time to put Maddie's bed back together.
Just keep on wasting. Might be easier just to let it go. Cut the cable short and the problem solved. Might be easier for you. I do it all night. You're my only lifeline.
I was getting ready to head out of Maddie's room when I noticed Charlotte's web over here, only because the sun was like shining directly on it and it looked like it was about to take over her entire window. So I used a Q-tip to get rid of it because that was the only thing I could think of. This is my sad attempt at trying to show you a web on a Q-tip. Then I also noticed these piles of dirt on the windowsill, so I went ahead and cleaned it.
Glass after glass, I keep hoping you'll come around, drowning our fights in whatever can be found. 'Cause
When I clean something super disgusting, I just walk it right over to the sink and wash it down because yeah. And this is what it looked like after I was done with it. Moving on to Ryan's bed.
go, cut the cable short and the problem solved. Might be easier for you. I do it all night. You're my only lifeline.
So I am done with both of their rooms. Here is Maddie hanging out in her room. And you may or may not have noticed, but I am aware that there are things on their walls that make their rooms not picture perfect, not Pinterest perfect, but those are things that my kids put up, so I just let them stay up. Moving on to the rest of the house. I have the kitchen and living room area left to go, and the first thing that I'm gonna do is just organize and put away everything that is out.
Sing for me, darling, it's been quiet for a day now. Can't bear the silence inside my own head. I keep on hoping somehow we can make this alright. Just keep on trying. Glass after glass, I keep hoping you'll come around. Drowning our fights in whatever can be found. 'Cause I've given in to all my demons lately. You know, might be easier just to let it go. Cut the cable short and the problem solved. Might be easier.
I'm sure you're wondering, why is there a hanger here? And I'm wondering the exact same thing.
Talk to me, baby. I've been waiting for a lifetime. Just keep on fading. You know.
I have some dishes that I need to hand wash, but before I do that, I like to clean the area where I'm gonna be drying them so that it's clean before I start washing my hand washed dishes. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm just using warm water and dish soap.
The problem solved might be easier. For you, I do it all night. You're my only lifeline.
These are just some clean drying mats, and then I'm gonna get started on washing the dishes that I sadly cannot put into the dishwasher.
You know that I'm the queen of overthinking. It's like we're done before we even started. So if this is the end now, baby.
Moving on to the stove, I'm just gonna take everything off and spray it and then let that sit while I clean some other things.
I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. 'Cause you're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing that I've ever had. You're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing. As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the worst in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will fight.
I am the very proud owner of about 12 or 13 of these little black rags. So every time you see me cleaning with one, I promise it's not the same one that I used to clean everything else that you saw me clean before this. Just FYI, I don't want you to think this is the same rag that I used for cleaning Maddie's windowsill or the toilet. I have like a whole stack, and I used pretty much all of them on these 2 days of cleaning. I was down to like the last one by the end of the night. Fun fact. I'm gonna be cleaning the island now. You may see my kids running amok behind me. That's just kind of what they do. And then they're always getting hurt and calling me and always needing something. So in between all the cleaning that you saw me do, I was also parenting them. I think I already mentioned this, but I'm just gonna mention it again because yeah, it's hard to get all this cleaning done with kids, but I don't have a choice. I kind of just have to find the motivation even when I don't have it, and it always comes from just wanting to give them the best of me. Not that they care if it's clean or messy at all, but I care. I care a ton about being a decent mom.
You're the best thing that I've ever had. You're the best thing, the best thing.
I am now going over it with just a dry, clean microfiber cloth rag thing. I like to call them rags, but it's a microfiber cloth, and this always helps with getting rid of streaks. Okay, it's time to finish off the stove.
I'm holding my breath as I walk to your front door. Who would have thought it could feel like this? Heart in my hands, I'm shaking like crazy. Answer the door, I got so much to say. When you're all that I want, can't you see that I'm sorry, love? Let me.
Okay, I'm done with that, and I was checking out the fridge to see if it was dirty enough for me to clean it, but it really wasn't. It is full of clutter, but it's all stuff that I want on there. The microwave, however, it was clean on the inside because I had cleaned it not that long ago, but the outside was so gross. I don't know if I forgot to clean the outside when I cleaned it or what the deal was, but I just went over it with a little bit of soap and some warm water.
Looks like I've got to prove you wrong, 'cause it's a long shot.
Much better. Okay, I am down to my last two little microfiber cloths, and I'm gonna use this one to just quickly dust all the furniture in the living room. And I think I say quickly because I remember this was a week ago, so it wasn't that long ago. I remember by the time it was time to dust, that's when I started feeling like I was out of energy. You know, when you just hit that point where you're just like, okay, I want to be done with this, but I'm not done, so I'm just gonna get through it as quickly as possible. That's where I was at this point. And as usual, I go over everything once with a damp towel and then once with a dry towel afterwards.
One more try. Say you believe in me. Looks like we've waited here for a long time.
I had moved this table out of where we usually have it for Roomba and mopping purposes. This over here is an ugly display of every cable that we need in order to use everything that we use on a daily basis, like the TV, the internet, etc. It's ugly, but what can I do? I don't know. I'll look it up. Here's a before and after of when I dusted this TV stand thing. Now moving on to the best part. The mopping part, of course. I honestly, seriously enjoy this part. Not only because it's the last thing, so it means that I'm pretty much done, but because it makes the whole house smell good. And I'm only using a tiny little splash of the, what is it, the pine sol. But yeah, I love doing this. It's so satisfying and it makes the house smell good. And yeah, I am rambling. I am rambling about how much I love to mop. That is just sad. I promise I like other things too besides mopping. Like for example, the Roomba. I feel the need to mention how nice it was that I didn't have to worry about sweeping or vacuuming after I was done cleaning up and it was time to mop. It was so nice. Thank you, Roomba. Shout out to you. After I am done mopping, that'll be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next one.
Looks like we've waited here for a long time. Looks like we've waited here for a long time. Looks like I've got to prove you wrong, 'cause it's a long shot. I'm in, I got a lot to prove. Looks like we've waited here for a long time. Hold me close, keep it tight, love me good.